All right, bud, we're live, man. I'm here with David. You know, hey, David, how you doing, David?
Good, man. It's another day. How are you?
Chilling, chilling. Go ahead and tell us what you do.
I'm a welder. I started a welding company back in September of 2018. We do a lot of commercial construction, but we deal with residential as well.
It's all so like, what do you weld on? Do you do the pipeline? Do you do just like commercial buildings? Like,
Uh, Commercial buildings, we'll do like the columns and beams, joists, decking, all the miscellaneous steel, which could be bollards, handrails, dumpster gates, roof access ladders. In residential, we currently do a lot of new residential, so we're doing like beams in the houses, floating staircases, handrails, spiral staircases, some ornamental fence work, pretty much whatever the designer has in mind. We work with them to get what the customer wants.
right. So you said you started this in '08.
No, 2018, almost 2 years ago.
Okay, 2018. What made you want to start that, like your own welding business? I know Rick used to weld. I guess he was always welding with you, but
Well, he started welding before me. Um, I got into welding in 2015. Uh, Mostly got into welding because I met at the time my girlfriend, and I knew I was going to marry her. So I said I better find something to be able to provide more for the family.
right,
Uh, so I started welding, worked for a few different companies, and said, you know what, I can do this on my own. And back in, I said September 2018, I went ahead and took a leap of faith, started my own business. My wife quit her job. We had a little boy, and we had a girl due in December, so it was kind of all in and see
right.
what happened. It's kind of scary, but I knew we'd be all right. And so yeah, that's how it got started.
Yeah, yeah. You got with her, got yourself in a little bind, and it's like, look, I got to make this happen.
Yeah, the pressure was on, and it's worked out so far.
I think from what I've been seeing, man, is like pressure is what makes or breaks these business owners. Like, something dramatic happens. It could be like a life altering event, life or death event, and then like it's like they either make it work or most of the ones I've talked to so far have had to make it work, because they put themselves in that position when they're under pressure. Yeah. What was one of the tougher things that you went through whenever you decided to open this up?
Um, so as we just talked about, it was really the pressure was on me to make sure the money was coming in, take care of the family, little girl being here in December. Um, it was a little tough at first because I didn't know where I was going to get my jobs. I didn't know who to talk to. That was different. I started just reaching out to people, and by the grace of God, just jobs kept coming week by week. And we've been, in my opinion, successful so far. I haven't had to quit and go find work somewhere else. So if I had to do anything different, it would probably be maybe doing like a semester online or something of business, some type of business class, because the bookkeeping work has been hindering me. Um, just this year, my goal is to be more organized. Uh, but yeah, the toughest thing was not knowing where the next job was coming.
Okay, so yeah, yeah, yeah. So like one of your goals for this coming year is to be like more organized and like run it like how it should be ran, right? You think you're missing out on money?
Not being as organized as I could on the bookkeeping side, I honestly couldn't tell you. I can almost give a general idea of how much I made on a job, but I couldn't tell you exactly I go to Home Depot so many times on a job because I got something or something popped up and now I need this. So it's hard for me to keep track of the expenses going into each job. I don't. There's a few jobs where I can tell you exactly how much I made, but most of the time it's just I know I made money. I just don't know how much.
What's the main way you get customers?
So I think surprisingly, it's word of mouth right now. Um, I have gotten jobs, meeting new contractors, putting out bids. That's another thing that I've struggled with is the bidding process. Building the stuff is no problem. Bidding it appropriately, making sure you have the money to cover your materials, your equipment, and just stuff that comes up on the job. That's been my biggest thing is bidding the jobs. So I have gotten a couple jobs bidding them, but as again, word of mouth, doing a good job for a general contractor, and they either tell someone about me or they call me back from their work.
Okay. Are you like on Home Advisor or Yelp and all that?
So Home Advisor, I personally don't like the way they run their things, and they I had talked to them a little bit, and they really wanted to charge a lot for a possibility of me getting a job.
Yeah. So what were they charging you?
Like they were like, we have a lead on a metal fence job. It's going to
Mm.
cost you $75 for us to give you this contact. And I'm like, well, what if I don't get the job? And they were like, well, that's up to you. I was like, well, I was like, no, thanks. I don't need y'all's help getting a fence job.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I used to do another one called I forgot the name of it. It was something like Home Advisor, but you signed up and they sent you leads on an app, and that I got a good amount of jobs on there, but they were small, in my opinion, small time jobs, little side work gigs, nothing big that was actually going to put money on the table.
Mm. Got you. Got you. Like, do you act like use the internet at all for marketing, or it's just you just talk to people? It's just straight word of mouth.
So I have an Instagram page. I haven't done a lot of work on my Facebook page, which I've been meaning to. I have a website. I've had a couple of contractors tell me that my website looked good to them, and that was another reason they hired me. But it's more marketing to see who I am and see the work that I've done. Um, Most of the time, meeting the general contractor and talking about the job, getting a feel for me is how I get my jobs.
Okay. Like so, besides bookkeeping, like, do you plan on like opening up like another shop, or like how big do you want to grow?
So we currently have a shop in Aledo. It's me and I have two other guys. Right now, it works for us. We are going to be expanding. We're going to be knocking out a wall and expanding our shop another 1,000 square feet in the next couple months. Um, but for the most part, the shop space we have now works. A lot of stuff we can do on site, on the job site. And so until the need to have a bigger space comes, and we're just gonna do what works.
Have you ever like tried to hit up like pipeline or any of that? Get into that part of the oil field?
Both my uncles are pipeline welders, and uh, it's been tempting at some points to try maybe go do that. I know that it's very up and down for them, a lot of traveling, and just the money was tempting, but I didn't want to sacrifice the family time. So
Right.
I really haven't even looked too much into it. With that being said, though, my uncle is looking to kind of stop traveling so much, and so me and him might be teaming up to open up another branch of DSOL Welding Services, so that he can kind of get out of it, do shop work, and then it's another branch of us to pursue.
Right. And he got a little more experience too, so you could probably learn from him and whatnot.
Yeah, obviously I'd be in there doing what I can. If I have to weld pipe, I'll weld pipe. Whatever we have to do to keep it successful, keep it going. it'd be good for everybody.
Has like this COVID stuff affected y'all at all?
You know, not really, not us. I have commercial jobs and residential jobs, and we've, maintained our 6 feet. This stuff's kind of crazy in my opinion, but
Yeah.
I think it was a media really hyped it up, and I think a lot of people were scared just because of what they were seeing. Uh, my mom and dad both had it. They're in New Orleans. Um, yeah, my mom's diabetic, overweight. She would seem like a pretty good candidate for Corona to, take her life. From what you read, um, me and my wife are very holistic wellness type people. We believe in like more natural vitamins, being healthy, being fit. So we sent her what we would typically take and what we take all the time. Uh, she recovered just fine. Didn't have to go to the hospital. She did have the lung problems and all that. It's been pretty bad for a little bit, but she recovered just fine. So the whole Corona thing, it's hard to know what to believe. But back to, did it affect me in my business? Not really. We had one job on hold. I'm not sure why, but I anticipate it's going to start back up pretty soon. But other than that, we're still working every day.
What do you think it'll take to get y'all's business to the next level?
Well, right now I'm as the owner and starting off. It's me doing a lot of the bidding, the paperwork stuff, and then I do a lot of, obviously I do the welding and make sure the jobs go to plan. And I'm doing both, so it's almost 2 full-time jobs for me. During the day I'm welding, making sure jobs are going, getting material there. At night I'm looking over blueprints, doing the bidding stuff. So my goal is I have one of my guys under me. I'm basically training him to kind of take over the field work. Obviously, I'll be there no matter what, but I need someone that I can trust to handle that stuff so I can put more time into the bidding and keeping the jobs coming. Once we have enough work lined up, then I plan on hiring another 2 guys. I would like to have 2 or 3 crews total, to where we could either be on one big job altogether, or I could have 2 separate jobs going and the crew at each job. And that's where I think that's a good balance, where I want my business to be in the future. And I want to be able to take care of my guys, and everyone make money, everyone take care of their families. And I think that is a good 2 crews, jobs coming in. I think that's a great balance, a great place to be. And after all this Corona thing's over, there's gonna be a lot of work. I think
Oh yeah.
The rebound after this is all these jobs are going to start back up. More jobs are supposed to be starting up. It's just going to be trying to catch up. So I think the work is it's going to be there. It's going to be there.
You think it'd be pretty important for you to have your name out there, like especially like online and like in people's ear whenever all this stuff starting back up?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have 3 buddies who own their own welding businesses too. There's tons of welders. The problem is I've been on job sites where I've seen some of these welds and the work that's being done, and it's horrendous. And I can't believe it. I get a lot of, back to what you're saying, the word of mouth and stuff. That's a lot of times when I get called to a job that's already been started, it's because the original welders didn't finish or did a good job. And so the general contractor's trying to find someone to come finish the job. And so that's where the internet.
So that's what separates you from everybody else, is that you're just a better welder.
I'm one of the better welders around. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you'd be surprised what people do out there, what kind of work people find acceptable. I've seen stuff that I thought was gonna fall over. It just blows my mind that these things aren't inspected regularly. It's nuts. But you know, I've had multiple people tell me they wish they had go. Um, so yeah, I said word of mouth. My work really shows itself. We're professional. We show up on time. We do what we say we're gonna do. And if we can all work together for the end goal, for it to be complete and done, and everyone happy and move on, then that's the plan.
Okay. How important do you think it is for like local businesses to support each other?
That's huge, especially for small local businesses.
Because you got to depend on like like the local welding supply stores and stuff like that, not just Home
Yeah,
Depot. Yeah.
yeah. There's a couple welding supply places, but before I actually started my welding company, I walked into this one place, and they're real cool, friendly people. I always told them once I started my business, they were going to be my go-to guys. And, so they've seen me start my business. They've seen it grow. They've helped me out a handful of times when I was in bind, needed some stuff right away. They were like, "Hey, man, here you go. Just pay us when you can." And we have a real good relationship. So there, I support them. They help me. We're all happy. Um, I think it's huge deal to support your local small businesses to be successful.
Yeah, that's what I think. My brother-in-law, he owns a welding supply store up in OKC. He really depends on like the other local guys to. Well, they ship nationwide too, but they really take care of the guys in town, from what he was
Hmm.
telling me.
Yeah, this guy, they're called Tarrant Industrial and Welding Supplies here in Fort Worth. Um, they work, they mainly work on repairing welding machines, and they do a dang good job. And then they have everything a welder needs: consumables, rods, grinding discs, grinders, you name it, they got it. If they don't have it, they'll get it, and good price too.
Right on, Dave. So, just tell everyone, where they can find you, how they can reach you.
So my company's name is DSOL Welding Services, DSOL. You can look up DSOLWeldingServices.com. You can go to my Instagram, DSOL Welding Services. My phone number is listed on. Right away, leave a message. I'll definitely call you back, and we'll see if we can get whatever you need done.
All right, that'll work. You were cutting out a little bit on that last part on I think you said your Facebook or your Instagram.
Oh yeah. So my Instagram, I mostly post to Instagram. You're gonna see all the work we usually do there. Um, and it has my email and my phone number on the Instagram as well as on my website. And whatever you need, you can just give us a call. We'll talk about it, see if we can't figure something out, and get it done.
All right, that'll work, bud. Stay on the line. Stay on the line.